What's up guys, my name is Bowie and in today's video I'm gonna explain to you what a moving average and an exponential moving average is, how I use it as a very strong confirmation for my trades and how you can do this too. The moving average is probably one of the most widely used indicators out there, and that is exactly why we don't trade them like 99% of traders do. We do it in a different way, so make sure to stick to the end of this video because I'm gonna explain to you exactly how you can take this tool into your advantage. To use the moving average, simply go to the indicators tab and type in MA cross 50, and this is the one you want to use, MA cross 50 and 200. So just click on that and close this tab. You'll see that the indicator will display on your chart. Now the only thing that's left for you to do is hover over the top left just under the price. You'll see that the details of this moving average tool will appear right here. So what you need to do is click on settings, and then on here you just need to deselect this last plot and deselect these last two checkboxes, and then you're all set to go. So basically we have two moving average right now that are appearing on our screen, one being the red one, which is the 50, and the other one being the green one, which is the 200 MA. So click on OK. You can adjust the colors, but it doesn't really matter. Click on OK. And your question might be, how are these lines being formed, these moving averages being formed? Well, it is pretty simple actually. It basically uses past price action. It's a lagging indicator. It uses price action that has already been formed, and it basically smoothens it out. Okay, so let's say we are on the daily time frame and we use the 50 moving average. So let me just quickly deselect the 200 one. This red line is the 50 moving average, and what it basically does is it takes the last 50 candles, and because one candle is 1 day, because we're on the daily time frame, it takes those 50 candles, so it takes the last 50 days of price action, the closing price of each day, adds it all up and divides it by 50. So it basically averages out the price of the last 50 days. So that way price smoothens out and you get a more clear view of the general trend. So for example, now the moving average is calculating a new dot, something right here, because it will take the last 50 candles, which is, I don't know, something about here, 50 candles, 50 days, because we're on a daily time frame, and it takes the closing price, adds it all up, divides it by 50, and then places a dot somewhere here. And the next day it will do it again, place a dot on where the average is of the last past 50 days, and then it connects all these lines and creates this moving average line. Let me give you one last example so you can really understand this. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame, double click on the 50 MA, deselect it and select the 200 one. So right now this green line is the 200 MA, and we are on the 4-hour time frame, which means this indicator is taking the last 200 candles, which means 200 4-hour candles in this case, adds each closing price of each 4-hour candle up, and then divides it by 200, and then gets an average price of the last 200 candles, which means 200 times 4 hour, 800 hours. So it takes the average price of the last 800 hours, right? Okay, I think you now understand this. Let's now talk on how we actually use this moving average indicator, and let's talk about how we can take it in our advantage. If price is trading above the moving average, then it means that we're most likely in an uptrend, and if we are trading below the moving average, then it most likely means that we are trading in a downtrend, in a bearish environment. Now there are a few things that you need to understand. First of all, the higher the length of the moving average, the better it will work. The 200 MA is, for example, much stronger than the 50 MA. And secondly, the time frame on which you use the moving average plays also a very important role, because the 50 MA on the daily time frame smoothens price out of the last 50 days, why the 50 moving average on the 1 minute time frame only smoothens out the price of the last 50 minutes. So it isn't that accurate as the other one. Now we talked about the moving average, but there's also the exponential moving average. Now what's the difference? Well, actually it's kind of similar. The only difference is that the EMA, the exponential moving average one, is giving more weight to recent price action. And because of that, the exponential moving average is mostly stronger than the normal moving average. To use the exponential moving average, go to the indicators tab and type in EMA. And you want to use this 20, 50, 100 and 200 one. Just go to this, click on settings, deselect these two ones if you didn't already, and deselect these two checkboxes as well. You can use the EMA just like you use the MA. Just know that the EMA will be a stronger level of support or resistance. And to make it really clear, I have the 200 MA, which is the green line, together with the 200 EMA, which is the blue line here. And as you can see, the EMA, they both have the same length on the same time frame, so it should work the same. But we know that the exponential moving average gives more weight to recent momentum, recent price action. So what does it mean if the exponential moving average, the blue one, is above the normal one? Well, that means that the price action is higher in the recent range, because this gives more weight to recent price action. As you can see, in the recent price action, we made a bullish move, but the MA gives weight to just the whole range, while the EMA gives more weight to recent price action. That's why the EMA here is higher than the MA. And if you've watched this far, I really appreciate it, because right now I'm gonna explain you step by step how I use the moving average in my daily trading. First thing I did is, this is on the 4-hour time frame, by the way, on Ethereum, is looking for point of interest. In this case, it will be this demand zone right here, a strong level of support on the high time frame. So once price was trading near this level, I was looking for more confluence, because a demand zone alone is not enough, of course. First thing I did is used the fixed range volume profile indicator, which I explained in another video. Make sure to check that out. I use it from here to there, and then took a horizontal ray and used the value area low as a very strong level of support. The next thing I looked for is areas of liquidity. In this case, look at this liquidity right here. All these lows that's being building up a lot of liquidity below it, because everyone longed right here, long, and all these people put their stop losses in this liquidity area right here. So I was looking for Ethereum to take out this liquidity before moving back up again. So then the last confluence, I believe it was on the weekly time frame. Yes, this is this week. Oh, let me just make it a little bit better. This is this week, this was previous week. I took the previous week's low as an important level of support too. So let me go back to the 4-hour time frame. Right now we're lining up with a lot of confluences in this area right now. So that makes me feel confident in longing Ethereum here. But this was still not enough for me. The reason why I entered this trade is, this is the whole point of the video, is because I saw an EMA on the daily time frame, which is very strong. The 200 EMA on the daily time frame is a very strong level of support. So let's go to this is the daily time frame, put on our EMAs. As you can see, the blue line, it's very hard to see, but I hope you can, is exactly at my entry. So we have the moving average, the value area low, then the previous week low. And what I do is I place my entry just above all these confluences so that I don't get front run, right? So as you can see, Ethereum already has, I'm still in this trade, by the way, it has a pretty good reaction. If we go to this time frame, you see that it uses this level, my entry point, as a very strong level of support, right? Wick. you see that it's hard for price to break through this. That's because a lot of confluences are lining up right here, with the 200 EMA being one of my strongest confluences. So what I do to mark the MA is, let's go to the daily time frame. This is where I found it. I take the horizontal ray and put it exactly where this EMA is, then double click on it, and then this is very important. I really recommend for you to do this. Say which MA or EMA this is and on which time frame, because then you can see if this is really a strong one or not. In this case, it's the 200 EMA on the daily time frame. So now you know what this level is for. So this is my trade. I don't know if it will work out, but in my opinion, this is a very solid setup. So that was it, guys. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to smash that like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.